Hello, 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 hello. Good morning to everybody. Hello, 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 hello. Good morning to everybody. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes. In a previous class, I'm telling you what installation, very good. So many fellows are telling, yes, we are installing. Okay, very good. Based on that installation, just today onwards, SQL, PLSQL communication we are learning only. Through that one, very easy. That is all the things you are understandable database knowledge. Very good. All are installing or not? Yes, very good. So many fellows are telling installation. Okay, installing the Oracle. First initial stage, what I am telling, two-step process I am telling. If any technical programmer understandable means, if any user wants to communicate with the database means two-step process. First is connect up to today SQL plus tool through connection I am telling, environment settings I am telling, and installation process I am telling. Then how you are interacting with the what, how you are operating about the database means communication. Communication means SQL, PLSQL languages. That is step 2. Step 2 through, so now here everyone understandable all the concepts. Write it. Here step 2. Step 2, write it. Communication. This onwards that easy and every database similar concepts. Communication. Anybody that one fellow is asking Murli sir, my system is a 32-bit. What we can do means don't install a 19C, 10G or 11G or 12C install. Okay, those softwares also available. Those softwares only supported 32-bit. But Oracle 19C is 64-bit only. They're giving a what in a net. Okay, yeah. Now step 2, communication. Now check it out. Slowly observe it here. Suppose here, observe it here. In our previous class only, in a 9 to 10 batch, I'm creating my own user, connect to sys user, and connecting a what, creating a user morally identified by morally. Password, something is them giving only. Then connect to the where that user that they are giving a permission. This type of things in another chapter side we are learning. Don't worry that one. Okay. Yes, yes. This is all the communication. So now how you are performing means by using these are commands or SQL language command. That is nothing but I want a communication. That's why if any user wants to perform some operation in Oracle database, then those users allowed to use a structured query language, SQL language. What is that SQL language? Easily understandable. In every relational database also common language SQL, but what is that standards and all these things I will tell. Write it. Some theory, write it. Through this one you are understandable today. Write it. Communication side writing, write it. If any user, if any user wants to perform some operations, some operations in Oracle database, then those users, so many users, not only one user, then those users allowed to use SQL within the bracket structured query language. Structured query language. Structured query language. Then those users allowed to use SQL. you are also learning SQL language means very easy, all the things. And now check it out. Before we are going to start this SQL, DDL, DML, so many things are there. Through that one, we are operating only daily. But before we are going to start that one, history better to know. Really, where these Oracle, really where these relational database, roughly you have an idea better. Now check it out. Slowly observe it here. Concentrate. Don't write it only in a theory because first diagrammatical I am telling. That is not required, but in a future history chapter is there. In that one we are learning. But before that one, slowly observe here. Actually, don't exist. Just 1960 onwards, database softwares are available. Oracle is not available, but databases is a separate concept they are introducing. Through these softwares, we are installing means automatically some place is created in a disk. In that one, we are storing our data permanently in a hard disk, in a computerized system. But before 1960, before 1960 year, companies are how they are storing our data permanently in a hard disk means they are using a flat file mechanism. Olden days approach this one. Flat file means files. Flat file approach they are using. In that flat file approach, so many drawbacks are there. Some drawbacks are there. In a future chapter side, we are learning. From those drawbacks only, they are introducing a special type of softwares only in a 1960 database softwares. In those database softwares we are installing means all these problems overcome and very easily we are storing our data. But 1960 to 1970, what type of database softwares are available means, for example, nowadays Oracle, SQL Server, these type of things are there. No, but olden days 1960 side, IMS is a database software is there, information management system. And also IDMS softwares are there. These are nowadays, you are a latest programmer, you don't have an idea. These softwares are implemented based on hierarchical and network data model is a concept is there. These products are implemented based on hierarchical and a network data model. That's why what the meaning of this one hierarchical network data model means in a future you are familiar. In that case, data is represented in the format of records. There is a tree structure. So now here a tree structure and also network data model means always sets through some graphs through we are interlink only. But those also never popular, very difficult only. That's why here in 1970 onwards, 1970. In 1970, E.F. Cod, he is working in IBM company. He is a mathematician. He is only introducing what a beautiful relational database softwares. What is that one? Relational database softwares he is introducing. Relational database softwares he is introducing. In that relational database onwards, databases are popular. One of the relational database software is Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, DB2, Sybase, Ingress, all the databases nowadays, relational databases. In relational databases, data is represented in the format of records, also table format, matrix format. Rows and columns are available. For we are handling a what? Yes, this relational database purpose only. E.F. Cod introduced a what? SQL is a language. That language name is in those days a different language name. What is that one means? A diagrammatical I am telling. Don't worry, this is a big history. That's why in a future, we are learning what history chapter side. These all the things we are learning. So now here, yes, here, okay, what are the some versions are available. So now what is the history there? Okay, so now here, who are the persons are creating a what Oracle. So now relational database software, what is that one? So now those things are available. Here in history chapter side, history is there. In another chapter side, don't worry, not today, later. Flat file approach is there, 1960 before. Some drawbacks are there. Which drawbacks I will tell you. Then database knowledge is there. You are understandable. Then only they are introducing a want 1960 onward this type of database management system. So now that is the Oracle SQL Server, MySQL. These are introduced. Those all the things I will tell you. Don't worry. Now here before we are going to start those all the things, first observe it only. Small okay, so now diagram I am drawing only today. Through that one, at least maybe this year onwards Oracle is available, SQL language available. That SQL language name is different. Those all the terminology new. You are a newcomer. That's what diagrammatically just roughly I'm showing only. Through that one you have to remember it better. Don't write it only. Suppose here, don't write it here. Actually 1970 before databases are there, but hierarchical network data model based databases, that is IMS, IDMS software. That is very difficult. That's why in 1970, don't write it. Don't write it anything. In 1970, E.F. Codd is there. He is a mathematician actually. He is a father of the relational databases. E.F. Codd written a paper. He is writing a paper only. Written a paper. Paper means not a single paper only. So many drawbacks of the hierarchical network data model based, very easy way they are representing a data in the format of matrix. Matrix are nothing but rows and columns are not. In that case, he is writing a paper, relational model of data for large shared data banks. Don't read, don't just observe data bank. This is a paper he is introducing. He is writing so many things in this paper. Based on this paper only nowadays Oracle SQL Server, DB2, so those all database softwares they are implementing. E.F. Codd only, he is working in IBM company. He is a mathematician actually. He is introducing a one new relational database is a concept. Data is represented in the format of matrix, relational matrix and the related data. Okay, don't worry. But unfortunately, those all the things he is writing only in a 1970 relational data model of data for large shared data banks. But not only that one, yes, databases we are operating means one language required. In a olden days, IMS, IDMS softwares they are operating means very difficult language, procedure language they are using. That is the COBOL language. But unfortunately, that is also difficult. That's why E.F. Codd only introducing a what? Yes, for relational databases operating purpose, one language. Nowadays, that language name is a what? SQL. But olden days, that language name is a what? DSL slash alpha. Alpha is a language. DSL self slash alpha language only. Now check it out. Slowly observe it. Oh, maybe nowadays DSL alpha language is nothing but a what? SQL language. This is nobody knows. Just observe it. In a books also, these all the things are not there. In a net only some persons are writing. Now observe here. In a 1970, E.F. Codd is a father of the relational databases. He is writing a paper based on the drawback of the hierarchical network data model. Now he is introducing a one language that is called DSL alpha language. Nowadays, this is a SQL language only. Now check it out. Based on this paper, IBM company introducing a what? First relational database product. In those days, okay, so now Oracle is not available. Observe here, first relational database in the worldwide implemented by the which company? IBM company, because he is working in an IBM company in a olden days. E.F. Codd only, he is a mathematician, he is a scientist only, he is working in a IBM company in those days only. Here IBM company only introducing a what? First relational database software based on this okay, so now here relational data model of data for large shared data banks, paper based one. Now check it out. IBM company introducing a what? First relational database project. What is that product means? Anybody have an idea? No, nobody knows in our class this one. Actual IBM company nowadays DB2 is a so now here, yes, relational database is there, no? Same like in a olden days, one database is there. What is that one? System R is a network data model, but unfortunately, whenever they are applying a what? This relational data model concepts, unfortunately, that is successful. System R is a project is there. System R relational database, for example, first relational database in the worldwide is IBM company only introducing. That product name is System R. Now, it is not available. System R is a project. But unfortunately, System R team for operating what this relational database product, suppose nowadays Oracle is there, Oracle operating means SQL we are using, same like in a olden days, this System R project, this is a System R database, relational database, question of your controlling purpose. They are using a what DSL alpha long base. System R team using a what DSL alpha long base. But they are facing a problem. DSL alpha long base is a very difficult long base. That's why in place of DSL alpha long base, they are modifying only. Yes, they are giving a what name it a new version. That one is a what square is a long base. They are introducing a what DSL alpha long base modifications in a System R team only modified and simplified version of the DSL alpha long base they are introducing. That is called square is a long base. Square long base. Again, IBM company square long base changed it to where? SQL, structured English query long base. Again, IBM company SQL is changed it to where? SQL. Nowadays, SQL is a popular. That's why this much of history is there. But where the Oracle is available, just my interest purpose, I'm telling you. Yes, where the Oracle is available means Oracle is not available in a 1970. Actually, some fellows are working in a where some company only. Now here, Larry Ellison, he is the previous CEO of the where Oracle Corporation. He is working in a where American Electronics Corporation, Ampex. In that one only, another fellows are there, Bob Miner and Edwards only. Those all persons are working in a CA project named Oracle only. And now here, yes, here, but those three persons are came out from the where some other company, Ampex. They are starting a new company that is called 1977 only. They are starting a what? A new company only. That is company name is what? SDL. This is a SDL is a company name. In the software development, like some of your yes, laboratories. In this SDL company only, they are introducing a what? What is that software? Yes, okay, Oracle is a software. Observe here. That's from 1977 onwards. Oracle is available. But again, yes, here 1979 only they're changing a what? This STL name into where? Yes, your RSI in the 1979. Don't write it. STL name, company name, they're changed into where? Relational Software Incorporation, RSI. In this RSI company also, so now which product is there? Okay, very good. Oracle only they're introducing. The same company, okay, they're changing a name. Again, in 1982, they are changing the what? This RSA company name into where? Changing name only. 1982, they are changing a what? RSA company name into where? Yes, your vocation of your Oracle Corporation. Oracle Corporation. Oracle Corporation. This Oracle Corporation in a Oracle is a popular product only. So now nowadays so many products are there, but Oracle Corporation nowadays popular product is what? Oracle. Maybe 2018 result based only, okay, higher management level in YouTube's articles are there. Those persons are telling 54% market is occupied compared to all other databases. That much powerful. Why I'm telling you what this history means, just here terminology I want here in a communication side only. So now in this SQL language side, some knowledge is required only. What is that one means? I will tell you. Write it. Next para. Next para, write it. At least history. In 1970, E of God introduced relational data model. Relational data model. relational data model, and also DSL slash alpha language, which is used to operate relational data model products. Relational data model products. Write it another thing. At least today we are completing is no. Write it. Next para. In 1970, IBM company, IBM, System R is a product actually, that is team is there. System R team developed simplified version of DSL slash alpha language, DSL alpha language called square language. Square language. Again, write it. Again, IBM company. Again, IBM company modified square is SQL history, not a work history. Square language into SQL, SEQUEL, SQL. Within the bracket, right? Structured English query language. Write it last one. Again, IBM company was changed SQL language into SQL language into SQL language. Nowadays, SQL language is there. Yeah. SQL language into SQL language. Okay, this is history. Now, actually, SQL is a what? ANSI standard language, American National Standard Institute, giving a what? Some standards only in this SQL language. That's why this is also called as ANSI standard SQL or ANSI ISO SQL. They are calling only from this ANSI standard language. Suppose your first demo class side, I'm telling here you are working in a where Oracle projects. In this Oracle also relational data model product, this operating purpose also we are using SQL language. But how can I, from this ANSI standard SQL, Oracle creating their own SQL only, that is called Oracle SQL. That is important. These persons are using a what? Oracle SQL language. Conceptually same, but syntactically functions are different. Suppose Microsoft product is their SQL server, for example. Now in that product also they are using a what? SQL language, but from the which SQL they are creating their own SQL. ANSI standard SQL standards are there. From that one they are creating their own SQL language only. That is called SQL server SQL. Already mentioned. Again here open source MySQL is there, for example. That is the database. For that is also relational database operating purpose. So from that ANSI standard SQL they are creating a what? Their own SQL. That is called MySQL SQL language. This is the way. That's why observe it here. SQL is an ANSI standard language, working in all relational database. But unfortunately, their products, their companies, they're creating their own SQL language only. Okay, yes, write it. Next para. Generally, SQL language. Next para. Generally, SQL language is an ANSI standard language which is used to operate all relational databases. All relational databases. From this, write it. From this ANSI standard SQL, from this ANSI standard SQL, Oracle Corporation creating their own SQL language. Their own SQL language. Their own SQL language. Suppose I am also, you are also handling what in a relational database also. This SQL language is there, okay. But unfortunately, how you are learning this one means ANSI SQL provided a what? Simple technique. Some commands they are giving only. What is those commands? You have an idea. Then okay, so now through that commands only we are operating in databases without any knowledge. That much of easy, and that's why this SQL language can be divided into sub languages only. What are the sub languages are there? Means maybe academic career side DDL, DML, DCL, something is there. Here also same. That onwards practically that easy. Now here, then easily understandable. Write it. Every SQL language, every SQL language having following sub languages. Following sub languages. These are 5 minutes. Don't write it only anything. Why? Because that terminology important, that commands important. Then only why they are dividing like this. Why they are not giving this all the commands in a single group. Those all the stories are there. Then practically we are showing the idea. Now 5 minutes. Observe it here. All are writing this theory or not? Yes, here. Observe it here. Every SQL language having a sub languages. Why they are giving me? I will tell you. But before that one, just observe it here. Don't write it only 1 minute only. Here, data definition language is there. This is a basic building blocks only. Anybody wants to perform operation on the any relational database also compulsory they are learning like data definition language is a what some language is there. What the purpose I will tell you. That is also called as DDL. Under DDL, what are the commands are available means don't write here. One command is create. What the purpose? What is that one? Practically we are learning. Don't worry. Create here. Alter is a command. Again, drop is a command is there under DDL. What is these things means? Practically we are learning. Truncate is a command. These are the 4 commands are available under DDL in every database. But Oracle is different. Oracle side, okay, rename is an extra concept they are giving an aware. So now here Oracle 9A onwards. Renaming a column here. Oracle 9A onwards. That's why DDL, some commands are there, create, alter, drop, truncate, rename extra command in Oracle DDL, but SQL Server DDL, the MySQL DDL, they are not giving only these 4 things they are giving, create, alter, drop, truncate, but Oracle is extra. Now, not only that one, here another thing is there that is called a data manipulation language. What is that one means? We are learning, don't worry. Manipulation language, practically we are learning next class. Manipulation language. This is also called as DML. Abbreviation is very important. Under DML, what are the commands are there means in every database, 3 commands are there. One is what? Insert. Another one is what? Update. Another one is delete. Practically we are learning these. These 3 things are common in every database, but unfortunately Oracle 9 introducing a what? One new concept. Yes, here merge is a what? Command under categorization of the DML. That's why Oracle 9 onwards, another concept is there. Yes, your merge also there in aware in your DML. All database insert update delete. Oracle side merge is extra command is there. 9 version onward. 9 means 9 version. Again, another sub language is what? A data query language. Query language or data retrieval language. This is also called as DQL or DRL. Under DQL or DRL, most important verb is there. What is that one? Select. Next, last one. Here another commands are there. Commit, rollback, some commands are there. Don't worry. That is called TCL. Transaction control language. That is also called as TCL. Under TCL, what are the commands are available? Commit, rollback, save point. Commit means save only. Next we are learning. Save point. In a database, TCL commands are common. Okay, so now commit, rollback, commit, rollback, and save point. Now last one. In 9 o'clock only in that chapter TCL going on. Data control language. Data control language. This is also called as DCL. Under DCL, what are the commands are there? Grant means giving permission. Another one is cancel. Cancel. These commands you don't have an idea, then you are operating is impossible to understandable data relational database. Impossible. That's why before we are going to start practically, everyone telling academic career side, company side, anywhere also, oh, DDL means some command, DML some commands, what happening. So those all the things they are telling me is easily understandable. All the write it this one. Note it down. At least today you are noted down. Every SQL language having following sub languages. These are DDL, DML, this type of things. Write it down. Why they are telling like that? Those are all the things I will tell. Write it. You put database same, but Oracle 9 onwards extra thing, 2 or 3 commands extra. Within the bracket, these names also write it. DML, insert, update, delete, merge something. Anybody not adding previous classes means you have to ask management. They are sending a what video classes. Okay. Just these commands, note it down. Once you are noted down means then I am telling why they are giving like this, where we are using, what is these commands. Practically we are showing all the things. Every database same, relational database. Not only Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, DB2, Sybase, any relational database also same categorization, DDL, DML, DQL, TCL, DCL like that. Through this operation, easily understandable what is going on. Your transaction control language, TCL, commit, rollback, save point. Again, data control language DCL, grant and read. Okay, na? Up to this one is enough. Tomorrow we are starting what is this all the things. Okay. Up to now, anybody not adding up properly means you have to ask management. They are sending a what video classes. And also proper installation, install your system, this software only, Oracle 19C or 12C or 10G or 11G, anything, any software also. Possibilities are there, 19C, download it and install it. Why? Because once we are starting up practically, again, we are not. Management numbers are not available in a net only, you have to type it. Okay, there. Through the net, you have to identify and contact those persons. Okay, tomorrow I will tell you remaining. Thank you. Tomorrow I'll continue.